If a bunch of men approach you in public, you need to stop taking that as a compliment. That's actually an insult. Unless they're a bunch of sharks approaching you, that should be taken as an insult. If it's a bunch of Nemos and Lil Nemos and regular men and Dusties approaching you, they thought that you were so unintimidating that it was okay for them to come up to you, waste your time, and ask you for your number because they just knew you were going to give it to them, because they just knew you were in their league. Only the 1%, the top percent of men should be approaching you. Like, it's quality over quantity. I really hate when girls be like, I get niggas. That's the easiest thing to get. Do you get quality niggas? This is not for everyone either. This is for a certain target audience. The girls that get it, and the girls that don't. This is about using your beauty and investing even your last dollar into your appearance, to use your beauty to get a softer, easier life. It's about working smarter, not harder. Unfortunately, in today's society, but it's the hard reality, so save your comments. A woman's beauty will get her much farther than any degree will. Unfortunately. You guys need to stop letting these thirsty men boost your head up, get you comfortable, and hold you back from being the baddest bitch that you can be. There's always room for improvement. So if a lot of men are approaching you, that's not a compliment. Unless he's the big dog, top shark, you need to go look in the mirror and figure out what you need to do to become a better bitch. And what could these little Nemos do for you anyway besides tell you good morning? Like, and give you a wet ass and send you home in an Uber. Uber X. Not even a black truck.
So she said it's an insult when regular guys talk to her. An insult. Like, how dare you breathe the same air as me? Lady, they didn't crash your press conference. They said hi at Starbucks. Calm down. And only the top 1% should approach? Those dudes don't approach anyone. They're not in the mall. They're in meetings. You're out here talking about quality over quantity. But the only quality they're seeing is entitlement. You want a softer life? Maybe start by being softer to talk to.
Let's revisit I don't chase, I attract. I think this is stupid. Like 80% of men have not ever approached a woman in person to ask them on a date, in this generation. So the kind of men we're dealing with now, where if you want a partner, I feel like you have to just go out and adopt him. You have to go out and find him and adopt him, because the guys who do the approaching, they're completely ran through. Because if two guys are approaching and then 80% of guys are not doing anything. So if you have two guys that are approaching, 8 guys that don't do anything. The 2 guys who do approach, they're probably not even that into you. You're probably just a game to them. They don't even really care. If they're approaching you, they're approaching other people. So maybe just adopt the guy that, doesn't know how to chase. So, why should we let the guys do all the chasing? That gives them too much power, I feel like. So
now it's stupid to say, I don't chase, I attract? Okay. But now you want to go out and adopt a man? What is this, a shelter for emotionally available dudes? You can't treat dating like you're rescuing a puppy. And she says the guys who actually approach are ran through. So basically, the only men brave enough to talk to women are now the problem. Meanwhile, the quiet ones are just trying to finish work without getting canceled. You can't complain that men don't chase and then complain when they do. That's not dating anymore. That's a maze with no exit sign.
Something that I notice is I'll see a lot of women when they talk about dating and stuff, when they talk about meeting a man in the wild, right? They'll be like, men just don't approach me. I don't know why. And I have such a hard time meeting people that every time I go out and I want to meet someone in the wild, no one approaches me. And then it's I'm sure there's many reasons why each individual person will approach you. But have you ever thought that maybe all the women online saying, leave women alone, we don't want to talk to you, stop approaching us and trying to get our numbers, leave us alone? Don't you think that maybe there's gonna be men that are gonna hear that and be like, oh, okay. And then when they go out, even if they want to approach a woman that is seeking for someone to approach them, they're like, nah, it's just better if I just don't even bother, because then I don't want her to get all upset or even go and make a TikTok about it. Like, I'm just gonna not approach her because girls been screaming how they want to be left alone and don't want to get approached. But then I see women that are like, men never approach me. And again, I'm not saying that's necessarily the case for everyone. You know, like, I'm sure there's men that just, they're not interested. They're in a relationship and they're loyal, or they are intimidated. But I can't help but feel there is a huge demographic that learn that women say they want to be left alone, so they leave them alone. Because when they see women preaching that, they're like, oh, let me leave her alone because she might be like one of those girls that say to leave them alone, so I'm just gonna leave them alone. You feel me? It's just an observation I'm making.
So women say, men never approach me, while women everywhere else are yelling, leave us alone. Do you hear the math on that? You told every man on the planet to back up, and they listened. Congratulations, you finally got equality. In silence. Now you go outside, nobody says a word, and suddenly it's, where did all the men go? They're hiding behind the Wi-Fi, waiting for the all clear. Dudes are out here thinking a compliment might end up in a TikTok courtroom. You told men to leave you alone. They did. And now you miss the attention.
Men, y'all want the women to call you. You want the women to text you. You want the women to pursue you. You want the women to plan the date. You want the women to come pick you up. You want the women to take initiative, show that she care. Okay. When did this become a thing? And it's not all men, it's some men. But when did this become a thing? The video I posted about low effort men and the amount of women who have the same kind of stories is baffling to me. Can somebody help me out? Like, men really don't plan dates anymore. They want you to approach them and ask for their number. Who is to blame for this shit, y'all? Somebody please tell me, because I'm lost. And once again, it's not all men. But it's a whole lot of y'all, apparently.
When did men start wanting women to call first? The same day women started saying, don't talk to me. You can't tell a generation of men to sit down, then act surprised when nobody stands up. Now you're shocked nobody's planning dates. Lady, we can't even hold a door without hearing you think women are weak. Men got tired of being the bad guy for trying. You said, if he wants to, he will. Well, we don't. And we won't. Enjoy the peace you asked for.
Nobody's approaching you. Nobody's talking to you. Nobody's asking you a date. Nobody even looks at you, and they're not going to, because you have standards and you're not going to fold easily. I'm starting to realize that maybe, just maybe, all the girls that are talked to, asked out, they just have different standards than you. They're just willing to fold a lot quicker than you. They're just willing to go with whatever that man says more than you. And when you have standards, and when you have God in your life, or when you know your worth, let me tell you, most men who don't even recognize that, who are not going to abide by that, who don't respect that, will not speak to you. It is loud. You can see it on your skin. You can see it on your body language. You can see it in how you speak. And that's why they will not approach you, because they're like, I got to come correct if I'm going to talk to her.
So apparently, if no man talks to you, it's because your standards are too high. Yeah, sure. Every girl turns invisible and suddenly she's a queen guarding her throne. Maybe it's not standards. Maybe it's just that men can tell you already made up your mind before they even walked over. Men don't avoid women because they're intimidated. They avoid women who make everything a test. And at some point, people stop signing up for tests. That's it.
My friends told me this morning that they think guys are intimidated by me. I was like, really? Damn, I thought I was just ugly this whole time. No, but for real, if guys don't approach you, don't get insecure about it and like beat yourself up about it. Think about it like they're probably scared of you because you're so hot. They don't think you're approachable. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't necessarily think being unapproachable is a bad thing. Like, you have your boundaries, you respect yourself, and guys are a little bit scared of you. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, for me personally, I do post my whole life on social media, and I did post when my ex cheated on me. So if I was a guy, I wouldn't necessarily want to talk to me either. For you guys, you're probably just so hot, so well dressed, and you're not as approachable because guys know that you're not easy. Personally, I know how it feels, and I spent like the first semester of college being like, what's wrong with me? Like, why am I like not pulling guys? And then I just realized it's college. No guys are approaching girls first. If you want a guy, you have to go after him, and that's not my vibe. So
When a guy doesn't approach, it turns into he's intimidated. That's the story now. He isn't scared. He's avoiding the headache. He's seen the posts, the drama, the attitude. He knows exactly what stepping into that looks like. Calling yourself unapproachable isn't confidence. It's distance. You can only push people away for so long before it stops feeling powerful and starts feeling empty.
Someone needs to let me know if I am the only one that has noticed that men are not like how they were when our parents were growing up. Like, I grew up, I don't know if it's because like the Italian values or what, like I grew up like the man is supposed to take care of the woman. The man is supposed to go up to the girls. Like the man is supposed to have drive and initiate everything. Like, I feel like now it's so hard to find guys that like even just in general have drive in life. Like, I feel like it's so different. And I don't know, like I personally never get approached. I never. Maybe something's wrong with me. I don't know. But like I feel like then like whenever I like talk about it, everyone's like, oh well, they want the girl to like go up to them. Like what? When did this change? When did this change? Because I want a man. I don't want to be the man. Someone come up to me. Anyways, I just feel like there's no manly men. I just don't think so. I think every guy I've met is like honestly super emotional. And that's fine. Like, I'm all about feelings, whatever. Like, I'm an emotional person. So like that's okay. But I feel like it's definitely like sometimes worse than girls. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it's crazy. Anyways, so if anyone knows if manly men still exist, let me know. Or if I'm the only one that thinks they don't. I don't know.
Every generation says the same thing. Men aren't like they used to be. You mean the ones who worked 16 hours, came home silent, and fixed everything with duct tape? Those men existed because they had to. Now, men get called toxic for even trying to take charge. You can't ask for old school values while living on new school rules. You want a man who provides, leads, and protects, but you also want him emotional, gentle, and quiet. That's two people in one body. The men didn't disappear, they adapted. The world told them being masculine was wrong, and now everyone's shocked that masculinity left the room.
Sometimes I wonder if the dating life was this bad like 20 years ago, because it's like, I don't know how to explain it, y'all, but I really don't understand how any of these men are going to get married one day, because it's like they always sexualize us or like don't want to take us serious at all. Like, they just want to be friends with benefits until they're like 40. Like, and I go out, guys. I go out. I go to the gym. I do things outside. I go to school, and I still don't see anybody or meet anybody. So I'm like confused. Like, where the hoes? Where the hoes? Where the hoes?
Why would a sane man approach bills? In this economy, we're saving money by staying single. Marriage used to be a goal. Now it's a liability. Men watched the numbers, saw the outcomes, and said no thanks. We don't care about proving we're real men anymore. We work, we get paid, we keep our peace. That's it. No drama, no arguments, no rent split 3 ways. Just peace, money, and weekends that actually feel like weekends.
Okay, so one thing that I literally hate. I'm at this bar and I'm dancing or whatever, and with my friends. There's this guy that comes up to me and he's like about to leave. He comes up to me and he goes, "You are absolutely beautiful, by the way." And I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." And then he literally walks out and leaves. And I'm like, I mean, it is 3 a.m., but I'm like, you literally had like all night to come up to me and talk to me, but because you're scared and now you have an out, you want to just be like a quick, like, "Oh, you're so pretty, bye." Like, men who are like this, you guys, they have no confidence. I literally hate men that like just don't have confidence to come up to you and talk to you and stuff. Like, if you want to talk to me, please come up to me. Like, I'd love to talk to you. I will give you the time of day. If I'm interested in you too, I will keep talking to you. If not, I will politely like finish the conversation and then say bye. Like, come on.
He gave you a compliment and walked out. That's not fear. That's strategy. No man wants to catch a case or a tab. We say you look nice and keep it moving. That's called surviving the night. You want more than compliments? Walk up and say something. It's 2025. Everyone's equal until it's time to make the first move. Men stopped chasing. We're busy paying bills that already exist.
I always got looked at by men in public, but I never got approached. So I knew these dudes were checking me out and they thought that I was cute, but they would never come up to me. And I was always so confused. I was like, what is going on? Am I too like masculine? Do I have like RBF vibes? Like, what the fuck is happening?
But they look at you. Why is it so many staring? Yes. Staring me down. Yes. Not one single word though. Like, you're eyeing me. Like, down. You want me. I know you want me. I know you want me bad. But you're just too scared to come up. I don't like that. Be a man. Be a man and come up to me and say something. Why are we just looking? Are you a girl? No.
They like boys.
Women keep asking why men just stare. It's not fear, it's training. Every man alive has been told, don't approach me, don't talk to me, don't look at me too long. So now we keep our distance and get blamed for that too. We're not scared or shy. We just learned to stop volunteering for trouble. You wanted space, you got it. Now it's quiet, and everyone's pretending to be confused.